Hey guys, Tracy here, Kansas Garden Guy, Summer Pick Farms. What's up? Well, today it's a beautiful, as you can see, you can hear the cicadas. It is a beautiful sunny northeast Kansas day, and that means I need to get something done that I've been wanting to do for a while, but I've been kind of putting it off. I need to do a little weeding today. I've got one high tunnel in particular that is way crazy with some weeds and some thistle and some other stuff in there right now. And I've been kind of lazy by doing a lot of the trellising stuff I've been doing the last couple of weeks, and I have not been taking this on. So usually I use a commercial weed killer that I spray like my fence lines and my brush lines and stuff with, and it works great. But I'm actually going to be spraying inside the high tunnel today. So I don't really need it to be as hardcore. I need it to be a little more, let's say, diluted down. I just need to kind of kill some of this grass. And yes, I could go through and I could pull the grass out. I don't have time for that. I don't have hours just to pull grass down. That's labor I can't afford. That's labor I could be using to make money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use kind of a homemade remedy kind of style. And it does work. It doesn't work as great, but it does work. But I did also want to show you something cool that, I want to show you something cool that happened yesterday. So check this out. As you can see, this is our truck here. We did put a topper on this, and luckily I'm a painter. I paint automotive cars and do body work and stuff like that, and so we bought this topper as a silver topper off of Facebook Marketplace for $300. It's a little scratched up, a little dinged up. The glass is worse for wear, but you know what, it's $300. It opens and closes, it locks, and all I did was paint match it to our truck. And yeah, this is how I do deliveries when I put stuff in the back. But we had our friends, Paul and Dolly, that are friends of ours. She actually does logos and does photography and stuff like that. And I asked her if she could help me get our logo picked for the farm and get this decked out. So when I do deliveries or we do farmers markets in the future, maybe next year, we're talking about maybe doing something like that, kind of look a little more professional. So as you can see, we have the Summer Pick Farms logo now. So it is a square high tunnel, and then it's got kind of the plants and stuff in the center with the leaves on the outside. And it's just something simple, just kind of stands out on this black truck. So just Summer Pick Farms, fresh local produce. And then also this is on both sides of the camper shell. And then I have my Facebook, my Instagram, and my YouTube channel on there. So that way, when we are traveling around, whether it's shopping or sightseeing or doing deliveries, I kind of look a little more professional. Sorry about that. I like to designate one sprayer for my insect control and then one sprayer for weed killers and stuff like that. I use my good battery operated Petra-Tool sprayer for spraying organic pest control solutions, whether it's neem oil, a little BT, something like that, just to kind of help control some of the aphids and hornworms. But I use this cheaper sprayer to run, like I said, weed killers and stuff like that. Usually, like I use it on my fence rows and stuff like that. And then I make sure I wash it out very well before I use the next time, let it dry and wash it out very well. That's the key to kind of keeping things separate. Doesn't always work that way, but you try to do the best you can. So what I like to do is I like to mix my own concoction. There are plenty of concoctions on the internet about weed killers. A lot of it is simple to very extreme. What I have found works best for us in our text is I like to use, this sprayer is a 2-gallon sprayer, so that works out very well for us since it is 2 gallons. I use 1 gallon of distilled white vinegar, 1 full container of the cheapest table salt you can buy. Cheaper the better, because for instance, it's just ionized salt, so you're not eating it. So just buy the cheapest you can from Dollar General, Dollar Tree, wherever it is, the cheapest. 1 whole container of salt, and then I like to fill the rest with hot boiling water. So I will boil a gallon of water on the stove. We have one of those little pots that you flip the button. It's like the instant boil pots. So I do a gallon of boiling hot water, a gallon of distilled white vinegar, a full container of the cheapest ionized salt you can buy. And I also put a couple squirts of dishwashing liquid in it. The reason for the dishwashing liquid is because it is a surfactant. So what that does is that helps it stick to whatever you're spraying it on. Whether it's, sometimes you can put surfactant. There is surfactant in some of the organic bug sprays. That's what keeps it to stick onto the plant there. I just put a squirt or two in here, and that helps keep it stick to the grasses or the weeds or anything that I'm trying to spray. Now we are in tunnel number 4 here, which is our cucumber, and then of course there's a little bit of tomato in the middle. But as you can see, the reason why there's not landscaping fabric in this tunnel, it's simple. I forgot. When I was building these tunnels, you guys remember when we were building, you can see the weeds all the way down there, and it's on both sides. It drives me crazy. I have literally in the past picked all the weeds out, and then every week Johnson grass, thistle, stuff like that start to come back up again. And yes, you could come through here with a hoe and you could scrape all this stuff, but still at that, this tunnel, with the way the dirt work was done, it still seeps in a lot of liquid. As you can see, how moist it is there and how dry it is there. When you use some type of shuffle hoe or a regular hoe on wet soil, it more chunks that stuff up instead of, you want complete dry soil when you use a hoe or a shuffle hoe. It helps scrape that along. You want to scrape it. But since this tunnel seeps in so much liquid because of the way the guy did the dirt work, and the water kind of seeps in on the ends here, which I will be fixing here in a couple weeks, but it stays wet and it's hard to do that with. Yes, it makes it easy to pull the weeds out, but then I do not want to be pulling weeds every week in here. You know, we try to keep this weed free. And when I built these tunnels, I was in such a hurry to get these tunnels put up because I wanted to get planted in here because we were behind. I completely forgot to put our black landscaping fabric down before we burned the holes to put the posts in. That was my fault. I did that on both these new tunnels. And after the fact of putting the posts in and getting ready to build these tunnels, I realized that I forgot to put the landscaping fabric in. So that was my bad on me for going too quickly and trying to get this done too fast. So once again, guys, we need to slow down here in the garden. I need to preach. I need to actually do what I preach. So, but yeah, this weed stuff, and this may not bother a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people on the internet, their high tunnels are totally weeded out, as you can see all the way down. That drives me up a wall. And I mention it to my wife every day when she's in here with me. Sometimes I'll mention how much the weeds are really driving me up a wall. So, but anyway, we are going to get this stuff sprayed on the weeds, and it is simple as just spraying it on and letting it go. You can spray it anytime, hotter the better, because it's weeds, so it doesn't matter. Usually you want to spray early in the morning or late at night to keep the plants from dying, but you know what? I really don't care. So we're going to get to spraying. All right, looks like we are getting this finished up. And the cool thing about this is it really doesn't cost enough. I think everything that I bought was well under $10. And so I think the most expensive thing was the vinegar, and it's like $2 or $3 for a gallon nowadays. So yeah, it's really not that expensive. I could probably buy all this for under $5 probably. But yeah, so I'm just going to finish this little bit here, and that's pretty much all I'm doing. Like I said, these these Sunday videos are just going to basically be, I like to try to stay away from the big jobs on the weekends because that's when my wife is off work and she's home. So we like to go do things together, whether it's going hiking at the lake, out a little bit of driving around, country driving, or you know, going on little sightseeing trips. But another cool thing I wanted to let you guys know about that happened to me this week is a couple weeks ago. I'm not sure how many of you are market farmers or how many of you just watch my channel because you think I'm cool. One of my idols or mentors, as you can say, that's in this market farming kind of lifestyle is Jean-Martin Fortier. I'm sure you guys have heard from him. He's got the Market Gardeners Institute up in Canada, and he also has a very successful market farm YouTube channel, podcast, and everything. Well, they were giving away 10 scholarships around the world, worldwide. They were giving away 10 scholarships to 10 lucky recipients, and that is a $2,200 value. And what that does is that is extreme content from him that you cannot get off of any of his other platforms. That is extensively how to market garden, everything from market gardening to how to grow plants, how to amend beds. And then there's a whole literally community of just these disciples of this school that can help answer each other's questions, whether it's what to use, what to plant, what time zone, what disease this is. Summer Pick Farms, and I'm going to post it up here so you guys can see it. We were picked as one of the 10 recipients. Now, I mean, around the whole world, we were picked. There was only 2 picked in the United States. One was in Arizona, and of course, ours here in Kansas. The rest of them were in Belgium, Finland, Africa. I think there were some in France, Ireland. Guys, you do not understand how much of a, I don't even know the words to say it, how much of a appreciation to a Godsmack this is that we got chosen to be a part of this. This is going to by far help us on our farm grow produce, sell produce, market produce, and even just networking with other producers around the world and possibly companies. There are, I think there was, I want to say 8 to 10 companies that donated money to this scholarship fund to be able to fund 10 farms. And so, like I said, we were very lucky, very excited. I've already taken one of the courses in the welcome courses already. And this isn't something I have to do within a certain amount of time period. My understanding is I'm open to it. I've got my passwords and stuff, and I can go in, I can jump back, I can be part of the community going forward, and hopefully networking with other farmers and other companies. Maybe we'll get us bigger and brighter things here on the farm. But I just kind of want to let you guys know that, man, things are moving so fast for us this year. We are entirely blessed to have this cheerleading squad behind us, and that involves all of you guys too, cheering us on in the background, and we do appreciate every single one of you guys. I get a little emotional. I'm that type of guy. I kind of hold my heart right here on my shoulder, and I'm just so proud of my wife and I for just doing what we wanted to do. I'm very passionate on what I do. If you guys have not figured that out so far, I don't do this for the likes. I don't do this for the views. As you can tell, my channel is really small. And I just do this because I love to teach people, and I just want more people to learn how to grow their own food and take care of their own families. But anyway, guys, I'm going to let that video go because I'm going to finish this up a little bit, and I will see you guys next week.